Chibits, I love this series too much. I really do. Like, this episode, the ending alone is just... I've said it enough. I've said it way too many times. Like, it's my childhood. It's my fucking childhood, dude. I think everybody could just realize when it just feels like you're a kid. It feels like you're a kid. I say it a lot, but damn, dude, it feels so good watching this series. Ushio to Tora. This episode, such a good episode. Like, we get to see Ushio and Tora connect more once again, and we see actual progression with the relationship as characters at the end of this episode. See, there's multiple signs that's been displayed throughout multiple episodes, but this episode, it's very apparent after the events of what's happened these past couple weeks, that this episode has the most obvious of change between these two characters. In the episode, you come to see where Ushio, when he gets slashed at the beginning of the episode, like when you see his face get slashed, you see blood and all that. That was quite shocking. I didn't expect him to get hurt like that, which set up the entire plot of the episode, which I'll get into in a moment. I like how there were subtle signs where how Ushio was like, I thought I could trust him, I thought I could communicate with him, I thought I could, you know, get him to understand and not hurt humans again. That's kind of what Ushio is saying, and that's what he's trying to do, and that's kind of why he's not really trying to kill Tora at all. That's what type of dialogue Ushio had in this episode. And as it slowly built up, you had it to where Tora, he got in a fight with this exorcist. As it continued on, he was just trying to fight, you know, for his survival, because his exorcist is really fucking strong, kicking his ass, and he let his guard down. And as it slowly progresses, you have it to where Tora is on the ground, he's about to die. Ushio jumps in front and is like, no, I can't let this happen. I can't let you kill Tora, because Tora did not kill your family, he did not kill your wife and child. He did not commit that. I mean, look at the scars on my face. There's 4 scars on my face, and there's 3 on yours. So it's impossible for him to have done the damage to you and kill your family. So I want to say real quick, when it came to the setup with the scars, that right there, I'll let it go just because it's an old shonen that was made in the early 1990s. I want to let it go because that's a cliche that was just now starting in anime at that time. So it's nothing that was, you know, cliche at that time. Maybe it was used before, but not as much as it is nowadays, so I'm not really going to focus in on that and put that down, because that was used in the old days of anime, and even though that kind of plot point kind of bugs me a little bit, it's nothing too bad, because like I said, we all know this series is a classical anime, so I shouldn't really focus on, you know, saying, oh, it's fucking cliche, because, I mean, think about this. It's like saying JoJo's cliche when we know for a fact it's not. It's like one of the anime series that started cliches, so just, yeah, figure that one out. But anyways, back on topic, okay? So this episode of Ushio to Tora, one thing I liked, though, was to see how there was some 2 different setups. For one thing, the setup between Ushio and Tora getting along. The ending of the episode signifies that Ushio and Tora will eventually become best friends. They'll have rivalry, I've said it enough, but they'll become best friends. And then the other setup is some form of hinting or foreshadowing at a creature that is similar to Tora. Maybe, I'm taking a hint here. I'm just going to throw this out here because this is how, you know, shonen anime back in the past used to be like, and I'm just going to take a shot at it. I'm going to assume the shadow we saw that had attacked the exorcist's family killed his, you know, child and wife, and since it looked a lot like Tora, either A, that creature is Tora's brother or family member, some form of family member, that's 1. 2, that is some form of person that Tora knew in the past and had a dispute with or a fight with, and they had a disagreement and they went their own paths. Or 3, that person might be the entire reason why Tora got captured in the first place 500 years ago. One of those probably happened, because there would not be a creature that looks very similar to Tora, and Tora gets framed for it if it wasn't something important to the plot. So that person, whoever that is definitely going to reappear again. Yeah, probably going to be one of the final villains of the series, judging by the way that person was introduced. That just reeks of final villain material, or one of the main villains of the series material, when I saw that dude pop up in this episode, because that is a goal for one of our characters. So one of our characters are hunting down that demon, and that just instantly says, like, okay, final boss, final boss, final boss, final boss. That's exactly what it says. So, episode of Ushio to Tora. on point as usual of this series. I mean, nothing much more to say. It's the standard format that we know from the past couple episodes, Monster of the Week, but it does it in a way that keeps it fresh. It keeps it fresh to where you can be really entertained week by week, even though it is the exact same formula, and you can notice some progression taking place throughout the series. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. There is progression going on, and it does feel like an old series, so of course the progression will be a little bit slower than some of us anime watchers are used to. So we'll have to get used to that. But overall, yeah, episode decent as always. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.